So stores were open, businesses were open, and children were expected to attend school. There's no school today. Today's a Monday, Christmas Day.
Right.
And there's no school.
There's no school for the rest of the week.
Yeah, they should go to school.
They get a whole week off.
They should go to school today on Christmas.
You think?
Yeah, you give them their gifts. They can still have that. And then, fuck off for a while, and the rest of us can go to a diner.
I agree.
Or take a nap, for Christ's sake.
Oh, I love a nap. Oh, my God.
Nap.
Is there anything better than a nap?
That's what you really kiss goodbye when you have kids.
I love it.
The rest, listen, the kids thing is great. I mean, we have kids.
Right.
People who have kids and have multiple kids don't talk about kids the way people who have grown kids or people who have no kids talk about kids.
I agree.
The worst people.
It's all perspective.
Yeah, the worst people in the world to talk to about kids are people whose kids are grown and out of the house, and they don't remember. what it's like to not.
No, because
sleep.
they kind of miss them.
They miss them.
They miss them. Oh,
yeah.
I wish Timmy was here.
Right.
Yeah, but no, they're off living their own life, drinking and singing.
Yeah. Thinking about how they wish.
Right.
The traditions, the ancient traditions of beating the shit out of each other.
Because then the response from the people who still have the kids is always the same. You can have mine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I miss the kids. You can have mine.
The stupid, knee-jerk response things that people say when you have kids to you and the things that you have to say in response to wrap the conversation up are brutal. You have to say some of these cliches, otherwise it won't end. Because... I'm trying to think of a good example. That one's a good example.
Right.
Well, you can have mine. We'll end it. And now we can move on to a whole new subject that I actually want to talk about.
That's interesting because every conversation I have with people, the minute I'm in the conversation, I'm thinking of ways to get out of it.
Yeah, me too.
From the minute I meet someone. Hey, RC, oh my God, I saw you at the Chew. My first thought is, how do I get out of this?
Yeah.
And I appreciate talking to them, but it can go on forever and then it turns awkward.
Yeah. What's the one
really,
I use?
Really awkward.
I have a cliche that I use in response to this other guy's dumb fucking thing.
Right.
So I run into him every morning. I work with him. Hey, how are you? I say that because that's how I was fucking raised. I'm greeting the guy.
Right.
I don't want to actually know how.
No, it doesn't warrant a response.
Right.
It's
so he should say good.
A rhetorical greeting.
Yeah, he should say good.
Right.
And then maybe how are you? And I say good, and then that's it. But what he says is living the dream.
Which is really old hat at this point.
I go, yeah, well, I just make noises, or I say, at least you're above the ground, or whatever the fuck that was.
You know how I get out of conversations? Early on, I tell people I have fibromyalgia. Before it can even start. Hey, RC, how you doing? I said, I'd love to talk. I have fibromyalgia. Because there's really no sign that you have it, as far as I can tell.
I don't know what it is. So you'd be fucked with me, because I'd be like, what is she?
So it's a disease where supposedly everything hurts.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
I thought, you'd be ruined with me, because I don't know what it is.
No, because I'd be like, listen, I'd love to tell you, but... you breathe heavy. I have fibromyalgia.
I'd be like, oh, I didn't know you're going for your master's. See, I don't know what you're talking about. So you're screwed with people
You've
like
never
me.
heard of fibromyalgia?
I've heard of it.
No, you can use it.
It's always in a commercial.
Right.
And I go,
it's some people think that it's not a real disease. Some people think that it's deadly serious. But supposedly everything hurts all the time.
Oh.
And you can't really function in life because everything hurts all the time.
Yeah. Well, I hear it on commercials and I go, self, what is fibromyalgia? I don't know.
Don't you just look it up? How hard is it to fucking Google fibromyalgia? Just look it up.
Well, I don't.
Just look it up.
I don't anticipate battling it at any point, so I don't really care.
Well, I suffer from it, my friend.
Well, I tell you, maybe I do have it because this is hurting me right now. I continue in this.
Right now, everything really hurts.
Where were we? We were on fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
Here. It's at number 9. No. Christmas is a day off. The kids should go to school, even on Christmas. We're never going to catch China.
Right.
Number 10 on the list of weird Christmas facts. From
I hope there's a lot more of these.
It's just the 10. It's 10
Thank God. All right. I mean,
douche face. The 12 days of Christmas. Oh, they do this every time. Cost about $1.3 million. The big challenge is getting the Lords to leap in unison.
So they're saying that if you were to buy all the stuff, It would cost how much?
$100,000 per lord, with an extra $100K to cover the birds, rings, milkmaids, and so forth. So $1.3 million to accomplish the 12 days.
I think that's a pretty good deal. I got to be honest with you.
Well,
I think just a little over $1 million for all of that. I think is that by today's standards?
Yeah.
All right, that's not bad.
Well, if it's crossed your mind, that means you have so much money you don't know what to do with it. It might be worth making the most awesome Christmas ever. Although Lord's Leaping is not my thing.
I don't even know what a partridge looks like. I got to be honest with you.
It's a bird, right?
It is a bird. That's why it's in the fucking tree. And I didn't even know pears grew on trees. So the first one, right out.
I thought it was a root.
Yeah. And what's a calling bird?
That's one that sings.
All right. What's a French hen?
That's a hen that happens to be from the Francel region.
All right. So could you get a hen and not have to go to France? Because that would cut down costs right there.
So let me ask you a question. You got the rooster, the chicken, and the hen. The rooster goes with the chicken. Right. Who's having sex with the hen?
It's
they're all chickens.
It's perverse.
The rooster has sex with all of them. That's perverse. Yeah.
And then what does Susan's mother say? There's something wrong, all right?
Missing. Something's missing, all right?
Something's missing, all right. Hey, we got to do some plugs.
Yeah, buddy.
Because we have a title sponsor. This is called Treehouse Comedy Productions Presents the Smith and Milano podcast. So this is Treehouse Comedy. They're Connecticut's first and foremost provider of live comedy entertainment. Still funny. 34 years later, the Treehouse has shows in Fairfield, Westport, Windsor Locks, Brantford, West Haven, and soon returning to Danbury. Go to treehousecomedy.com for all upcoming shows or call the box office at 203-230-8700. Coming up on Saturday, this Saturday, December 30th at the Treehouse Comedy Club in Westport, it's a holiday show with a pinch of Italian, featuring Vincent Pastore, who played Big Pussy on The Sopranos, Goomba Johnny, and Tony Liberati. It's going to be an evening of stand-up, and you'll also get the opportunity to do a scene from The Sopranos with Big Pussy himself, Vinny Pastore.
That's cool.
Also in 2 weeks, coming up very soon. Actually, no, this is today's Christmas, so this coming up this weekend is New Year's Eve. This is the final week of the year.
So much is going on.
Oh my God. So if you have no New Year's Eve plans, you might want to look into the Treehouse in Westport is hosting Laugh-In 2018s, and it's also being done in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. It's the funniest New Year's Eve party in Connecticut. 3 hilarious comics on each show, plus drink and dinner packages available starting at just $50. All New Year's Eve packages include a champagne toast, balloon and ball drop, party favors. Laugh-In 2018 at the Tree House. You can again go to treehousecomedy.com or call 203-230-8700.
There you go. And guitarhanger.com. If you are a musician, you got to check out guitarhanger.com. They got custom made guitars. They got brand name guitars. You're talking about bass guitars, drums. If you want drums, you got amps, you got pedals, you got wires. And I rented my kid an instrument for school. You know, you don't want to have to go out and buy one of those. He wanted to play the cello. I rented a cello over guitarhanger.com. You can do the same. Go to guitarhanger.com.
DOS. Disk Operating System.
DOS. Here's number 2.
All right. You have this?
I have
this one.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm ready. I am prepared. Well, let me do this one. Can I do this one?
Go ahead, yeah.
Because we're already sort of on the subject of weird Christmas facts, but, you know, Christmas doesn't just happen in the United States. Oh, no.
Is that right, RC? Tell me more.
It happens all over the world.
Yes.
And there's a lot of strange customs. You know, ours is pretty cut and dried. Presents under a tree, Santa comes, stockings, all that stuff.
Yeah, we all do it the same.
Mistletoe, ho, ho, ho. Mm-hmm. It's all, well, in some countries, you know, they have like really evil and even kind of gross traditions.
I'm down. Talk to me.
So have you heard of Krampus?
I actually have heard of Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus is actually a custom that, you have St. Nicholas, you have Father Christmas, you have Santa Claus, but in some countries you have sort of like an anti-Santa, and his name is Krampus, Krampus, and he's the evil demon, anti-Santa, or maybe even the evil twin of Santa.
He's Bizarro Superman.
It's celebrated on December 5th, so it happened a couple weeks ago, on the eve of St. Nicholas Day in Austria and other parts of Europe. Everything kind of weird and kind of mean always originates in Austria.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what they're drinking in that part of the world.
They're all drinking.
Yeah, they're all drinking.
Krampus.
And basically, people dress as Krampus, and they roam the streets looking for someone to beat with a stick.
I misunderstood. Yeah. And on December 5th, I dressed like Jack Krampus and walked around with a NASA pen. People were wildly confused.
Do you send packages of raincoats up north? Tonight? She's never going to let him send those raincoats.
No. Take the pen. I was walking around and said, take the pen. Nobody wanted it. No one knew what I was doing.
So it's a night for drinking, a night for beatings, and it's also a way to scare kids as well.
Drinking and beating.
And
scaring. Yeah. The world must have been a terrifying place to live in.
Well, what made people say, this Christmas thing is really nice. We need to just make it a little scarier.
Yeah, this is not
for
scary
people.
enough.
And also, Krampus is also the character that I know this story that also kidnaps children as well.
Oh, I thought that was what's his face?
No.
Yeah, no. Hold on. There's a what's his face.
Who? Give me a name.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, that's not a Christmas tradition, though.
But so all they did was steal Rumpelstiltskin, or was Krampus pre-Stiltskin?
I think they're around the same time.
Really?
I think they're from around the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
So what is the motivation with constantly terrifying children?
Because that's how you get them to be good. You terrify them so they behave.
Yeah.
You scare the shit out of them. Tough love, and they behave. Yeah.
Because they're
Did your parents ever scare you?
In fear for their life.
Did they ever try to blackmail you and scare you?
I guess they did. I can't remember. I mean, I'm real fucked up as a human.
If you
adult.
don't do this, you won't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your parents spank you? Did they spank you?
I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So.
And then the rest was just fear of it happening again.
Yeah. And my dad would dress up as Krampus.
He took it too far.
Way too far. Way too far.
Baby RC. And that's what they called him, Baby RC.
Baby RC. I remember him standing over my crib going, I was like, I hate Christmas. And it's only December 3rd. You have 2 more nights.
Oh, that's so good.
Anyway.
What else happens around the world?
Oh, another
Baby RC.
Well, Lou, it's this thing called Cagatia. That's what it is in English, but it takes place in Spain. It's the Catalan, Catailan. Anyway, it takes place in
Catalan.
It takes place in Kardashian, Spain is where it takes place. Yeah. And in English, it's literally translated as the pooping log.
Okay, cool.
Right? And so what they do is they get a log and they hollow it out and they put legs and a face on it, and you must feed the log every day beginning on December 8th. So once you get over the fear of Krampus on December 5th, it's time to start feeding the log.
So you think about it physically, what happens is you push in on the one end, you're pushing food into the hole in the log.
Right.
Eventually, the other end, shits out food that's been rotting.
Don't get ahead of me here, doctor. All right?
This is cool. I got to do this with the kids. That's right. Messed up.
Yeah, because it is Spanish. So on Christmas Eve or even on Christmas Day, you take the log and you put it in the fireplace, and then you beat the log with sticks until he starts to poop out small candies, fruits, and nuts.
I'm confused.
When he is through, the final object dropped is a salt herring, a garlic bulb, or an onion. I don't know where that comes.
Is my understanding from. Well, let's start back at the beginning. You hollow out the log, right?
Right.
And then you feed it food throughout the month.
Uh-huh.
Now,
No. Well, yeah, it starts on the 8th.
Okay.
And you keep putting stuff in the log. All right. Nothing comes out. All right. You then take the log and put it on the fire. It's got the face and the legs. And as it's burning, you're beating it with sticks and all the candies and stuff start to fall out.
Oh,
all right?
Here was how I understood.
And then once all the candy is out, you then take a herring, a garlic bulb, or an onion, and you put it in. And that's your celebration.
Here was my understanding. And I think